Hello, everybody. This is Professor Hess. I'm the instructor in Advanced Marketing Analytics, Marketing 7380. And this video is designed to walk you through the syllabus so that you understand what it is that you're going to be doing this semester. And then, we will begin the course. So why don't we look at, the syllabus? I'm not going to read you the syllabus. I'm expecting you're going to download this and read it yourself. This is the syllabus, for 7380. And I've highlighted a few things, and you can see over on the right-hand side that I've highlighted my cell phone number. If you're having problems in this course with some case that you're doing or the project or any other thing, feel free to call me on my cell phone. Since I don't know exactly who is calling, sometimes I wait for you to leave a message. It might be easier if you were to send me a text message at this phone number first to say that you want to, talk to me on the phone, and then give me a call. And then I know that there's an incoming call from one of the students. So this is the course. We, of course, are meeting from 6 till 9, although typically I think we will finish before 9. As you're going to see, you'll see why. So again, I'm not reading this course, but I'm just going to highlight a few things. This is a course that is, roughly speaking, how to use Excel in order to improve decision-making in marketing. That's what this is all about. I use Windows Excel, and there's various versions of Excel. I use sometimes an older version of Excel than perhaps that you have, but all of them will work for the kinds of things that we're going to do in this course. Some of you want to use Apple Macs, and I just have to say that I can provide assistance on Excel, but I really don't know that much about Apple Macs. And so if you're using an Apple Mac and you have problems because the Excel on your Apple doesn't work the same as it does on a Windows Excel, I can't really help. Sorry. All right. This course is, I guess I'm going to call it some form of a hybrid course. We are meeting, on a regular basis from 6 to 9. But prior to that, there are video lectures that I'm expecting you to have watched. These are all, on YouTube that I've recorded the explanations of the particular analytic technique that we're going to apply in class. And I've expected that you've watched those lectures. I'm not going to repeat an explanation for the methods in class. The class time is going to be spent doing a marketing case, where we apply that particular analytic method on Excel, and you're going to build an Excel spreadsheet. So you'll find all of the links to the YouTube videos on Canvas. By the way, this is the first time that I've used Canvas. I hope it's all going to work out, as it used to on Blackboard. But at any rate, there will be links on Canvas, so you just click on and you can watch my video lectures. The class is going to be not face-to-face, it's going to be on Zoom. So it's a little bit of video lectures and a little bit of Zoom. And I will be sending you here soon a link to the Zoom session. And we'll all get together. You'll be in teams. And so when we're working on a case, you will be in a breakout room with your teammates trying to figure out how to develop an Excel spreadsheet, to solve a marketing problem. So expect to get an email from me that gives you the link to the Zoom session. It'll be the same Zoom link every week. And I will send you a reminder maybe an hour before class that, class is to begin, so that you can begin organizing yourself for this. There's a textbook for this course. It's Wayne Winston's Marketing Analytics. I love the book. You can rent the book, you can purchase the book, and I'm expecting that you're going to go to Amazon to get a copy of the book. It's a humongous book, of course, and we can't possibly cover all 690 pages in a semester. So I'm going to, ask you to acquire a book, and we're going to use part of it in this class. every class session, there's going to be a case. And those cases will all be available to you on Canvas. So you can see them before. But what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to analyze the case at home before class. I want you to wait until you're in class. Maybe you've read the case. They're not, typically they're not Harvard cases, they're much shorter cases. I expect that you'll have read the case because you're going to get together with your teammates in a breakout room to talk about how to build an Excel spreadsheet. But I don't expect you to have built the spreadsheet. I'm trying to save your time. So I'm going to read the case, but don't analyze it. That's what class time is for. The video lectures explain, the methods that we would be trying to apply. And the class time is to actually build and then show the Excel spreadsheet that you have. So there will be a case discussion, and I will, the cases are organized around teams. I'm expecting teams to work on the case, and I will provide a list for every class session. There will be one team that is primary, and they are almost surely going to be asked after we come back from our breakout rooms, well, what do you got? Another group will also be designated as the secondary leader of this, so that you're not cold called on this, so you'll know in advance which cases your team is going to be primarily or secondarily responsible for. At the end of the class session, where we have sort of built an Excel spreadsheet and analyzed it and discussed it, then and only then do I expect you to do case write-ups. I would like to, there will be 12 cases, not counting the case that is in the first class session, but of the last 12 cases, I would like you to do a write-up of 4 of them. So it's not all that difficult, only 4 of 12. You get to pick, but only 4. The case should basically be your recommendation for what the marketing company should be doing. It should be 2 pages. It should be professional. Now, I'm going to leave it up to you what it is that is professional. I could just point out that one thing that's a loser on the professional score is don't send me a 2-page space that doesn't have your name on it. I should be able to see who has sent me the case. So I will pretend that I'm the vice president of marketing for some company and that you have tried to help me solve a problem, and I'm expecting your recommendation will explain this. Which, by the way, since it's only 2 pages, I don't want you to sort of cut and paste out of an Excel spreadsheet and paste it into a Word document. Now, because that will occupy a lot of the 2 pages. Instead, what I expect you to do is to simply say, as you can see on the Excel spreadsheet in cells C1 through F29, we have analyzed such and such and such and such. So just a citation to an Excel spreadsheet. So when you turn your case write-up in, I want your 2-page recommendation, and I want the Excel spreadsheet. Now, the Excel spreadsheet was probably developed by you and your teammates, but I still want it. It's more convenient for me to just open up your email, open up, your recommendation, and open up your Excel spreadsheet so I can look, at the things that you're referring to. So we're doing cases. The cases are to provide information upon which we can build an Excel spreadsheet and to analytically try to help a marketer. But the other part of this also involves Excel. It's a term project. Okay, the term project is also a team activity. And I have here 3 papers from marketing journals. One of them has to do with movie screen management. Suppose you have a multiplex and you are trying to figure out, well, what movie should you put on your screen? Well, build an Excel spreadsheet to analyze. The guys who did this, Josh Lashberg is an old friend of mine, and Chuck Weinberg too, but they called this the silver screener. And so you're going to build a silver screener, perhaps. Another one is, well, what if you were running a retirement home for senior citizens? how would you price the rooms in your retirement home in order to deliver significant profit lifts for holiday retirement? Holiday retirement is a large national retirement company that has many facilities. And then the final one is, okay, well, suppose that you're mailing catalogs to customers and at Fingerhut is a retailer, and they do some of their retailing via catalog. So how do you figure out, what to do with the catalog distribution? Now, what I'm going to ask you to do, you'll get an email about this, of course. I would like each of your teams to give me a rank order of these three, and I will try to give every team the project that they rated as number one. If everybody wants to do one of these, then I may have to allow you to do a project for your second favorite one. So that's the term project. The term project is to be developed by your team, but then at the end of the term, I'm expecting that there will be a presentation of your project. The very last day of classes we're going to see is for your project presentations, where you explain what your Excel spreadsheet does. But then I'm expecting each individual member to independently write an explanation of what their team has done. This is my way of making sure that we don't have somebody who just sits and watches while everybody else develops the project and doesn't really know what's going on. You have to be able to explain it to me independently. So cases, project. Exams, no exams. Yippee-ki-yay. So no exam, just project in its place. The grading of the course depends upon, cases and project. And as you'll see down here, there is a percentage, each case, you're going to do 4 cases. Each case is worth 10% of the total grade in the course and so forth. Your project presentation is worth 10% of the grade and so forth. I don't do this thing where, if you get a 93 and above, you get an A. No, in fact, because all of these things are dramatically different. Doing a case write-up is dramatically different than developing an Excel spreadsheet. So some more hard than others. So in order to account for that, what I do is I Z-score each of these component pieces. And if you don't know what a Z-score is, then you probably haven't had a statistics course, and that might make some of this class, a little bit difficult if you've never had a statistics course. So, the Z-score, you take your score, subtract the mean, and divide it by the standard deviation to tell where you stand in a distribution of performances on that. So that's how the grading will be done. And generally speaking, if you have a Z-score that is positive, you get an A in this course, roughly speaking. All right, so let me just skip. There are some things that are not so important. All right, so here I have a schedule of topics, and I'm just going to highlight a few things. For every class session, there are usually some readings, and the readings are all from Winston's book, so I just designate the chapters, like 2 and 27 for session number 1. Session number 2, there's something that's called optical distortion, and let me just scroll down to the bottom. This is the one and only Harvard case that I ask you to use. So you can go, there's a link here, you can go to that link and you can buy a copy, I think it's like $4.25 of the optical distortion. The optical distortion case isn't really designed for building an Excel spreadsheet, but the facts of the case I'm going to use in the case for session 2. The case is called chicken contact lens pricing. Okay, well, buy the case, read the case, but analyzing the case is going to be done differently because it's going to be building an analytic model. It turns out that Wayne Winston has written other books other than our textbook. He's written something called Practical Marketing Science. And for some topics, the practical marketing science is actually available, and it's maybe even a better explanation of certain topics. And so, for example, in session 4, we're going to be talking about efficient subunits. How do you evaluate whether a subunit is efficient? And in Winston and Albrecht's applied practical marketing science, there is a better thing. And so I'll have a PDF file on Canvas for you to read section 4.8 to help understand, what that's all about. You'll also see off to the right, I'm not going to scroll over, but the very last column in this is the name of all of the videos that you're supposed to watch prior to class. The first class, a whole bunch. Remember, this class is in the winter mini semester, is in the spring semester, and excuse me, it's the spring semester. And so I'm expecting that you're going to get access to all of this kinds of stuff before the first class session, and that you will, before we meet on 6 p.m. in the first week, that you'll have watched quite a few videos, some of which will be trivial for you because they will be sort of explaining the basics of Excel. And I'm expecting that you know sort of the basics of Excel. And then others of them will be where I'm just going to explain a topic which isn't always, known by the students in this class. So a little explanation of various things, like how to draw a scatter plot. So in the right-hand column of this table are the videos. All of these videos have links on Canvas. So that's what this course is all about. It's actually a fun course, and I'm pretty certain I'm getting feedback, from the students who've had this course. They've learned something that might be useful for them in marketing. So challenging, but the topics that we have, I'm not going to go through all of the topics here, but like, for example, in session 12, the penultimate session, the topic is measuring sales bumps. And so roughly speaking, suppose that you had a company that had salespeople and you had a sales contest. And so you told the salespeople, if you sell the most, then you will win a prize, a special bonus. Well, of course, you would only be doing that because you think that that would cause the salespeople to work a little bit harder, and that would cause a boost, a bump up in the quantity that is sold. Okay, well, does it? Can you measure how much the sales goes up when you have some sort of promotion like that? By the way, this case is about personal selling, but it could be advertising or price discounts or coupons or other things. So there's a whole bunch of applied marketing issues that we're going to develop an Excel spreadsheet for. I guess that's all I have. So see you.